Grace says it's you, then it's you. That's just the lyric of the song. I don't know. Oh, bye song.
We're gonna start story time soon, right?
I know. It's on now. I'm waiting for everyone to get on. We have a connection.
Do you want me to turn on the lights?
Oh, no, that's perfect. Thanks, babe. Morning. Hi, everybody. Happy 4th of July to those who celebrate. Is anyone doing anything interesting for 4th of July? Anybody? Anybody? Meh. 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 One of your friends is live. Invite them to go live together. Who is it? It's Valerie. Hey, Shira. I was just thinking, has she been live yet? No. It's a holiday, so we slept in a little. You know how it goes. Hey, Shira. You've been missed. Also, did you guys notice my Shakespeare sweater? Yeah, good stuff, right? It was a present from Secret Boyfriend. Secret Boyfriend's Shakespeare sweater. We went to my sister-in-law's house over the weekend. That was the extent of everything for the 4th. Yeah, I heard plenty about that. Babe, before you start making your smoothie, do you want to give a recap of the last 2 chapters for everybody?
The last 2? That's not fair.
It's so fair. You guys have to hear this. Go ahead. Give us a recap of what happened.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's going to be great.
There's a group of characters.
Uh-huh.
They went up on a beanstalk.
True.
There's a guy that's a frog that is in love with a chick who is a bit of an airhead.
Yeah.
And I got that from the voice. Pretty good.
Oh, thank you. So
And
appropriate characterization by
She
Sasha.
doesn't seem too into him. She's into some other guy that I don't know what his deal is. And then there's some animals betraying a queen.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Babe, you've gone 3 chapters back, I think. Oh, no, 2. That is 2 chapters.
And at some point they flew
That's right.
on a device.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Of some sort.
You're getting accolades.
That's all.
That's pretty good.
That's all I got.
This morning, the first time he said it, he was like, there's a guy who's in love with a girl. I think he might be a frog. Is he a frog prince? So I was like, yeah. Best recap. I missed the other stuff, and now I'm definitely caught up. Yeah, Shira's been gone for 2 days, so you just did her a solid.
You're welcome, Shira.
That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. You'll probably meet Shira and her husband if we go to the aquarium.
Oh, cool.
They are members. They're the ones who took Zoe and I to the aquarium. That's fun. All right, let us read. We are on chapter 20, and the video app is up to date. Hey, Grace, good morning. If anyone is behind, everything is uploaded over there of the previous days. Of course, if you just go over there, you would have missed this amazing recap. I don't know how you would have survived that, but you got this recap now. So, excellent. We are on chapter 20. We're a little under 3/4 done. Hey, Brian. Good morning. Good morning, Brian. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. There. You got a much appreciated and good job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So this is called The Reflection. Morning, sad British day. Why is it? Wait. Whoa. Why is it a sad British day? Oh, because it's the 4th of July. Okay, I get it now. Yeah. No, Becca. I you know how I feel about an advent calendar, so that works for me. All right. Here we go. Let me get this straight, the Magic Harp said. You're on a quest, collecting the most prized possessions of the most hated people in the world to build a powerful wand that you will hope to overthrow the Enchantress with, and I happen to be one of those possessions? Connor shrugged. Yeah, that's right, he said. Although it sounds lame when you say it like that. It took Jack, Froggy, and Connor to move the harp to solid gold into the lower deck of the Granny. Once they got her there, the men and women of the ship surrounded her and told her about the mission and her newly discovered relevance to it. I don't understand. How am I supposed to be part of that wand? The harp asked and gestured to the ice scepter Goldilocks had been showing her moments before. Froggy had to agree. That's true. I don't see how you fit into this either, he said. You're awfully big to be a part of a wand. I beg your pardon, the harp snapped at him. My apologies, Froggy said. I just meant everything else had been small material items. We have yet to have, well, whatever it is you are. Whatever it is I am, the harp said. That's rich, coming from a giant frog man. Froggy took a step back and bowed out of the conversation completely. What if we cut off one of her fingers or something? Connor suggested. What? The harp yelled. Connor, that's so barbaric, Alex said and hit him in the shoulder. Why would you even mention such a thing? It was only an idea. I'm an elephant. How did this happen? Love that you give accents for these characters. Oh, you have to. You have to give them characters, right? Yes. Yes. It was only an idea, he said. But what would happen if she came in contact with the wand? Goldilocks asked. Will it shrink? Will the wand blend into her somehow? Would she die? The harp went berserk and desperately tried to jump off of the ship, but she was too heavy to lift herself. Harper, calm down, Jack said to the overly excited instrument. No one is going to harm you. But I'm still your prisoner, aren't I? The harp said. The strings on her back played the opening chords to a dramatic ballad. Right when it teased me, the cruel world deceived me. No hope for freedom, no stars to wish upon. Born for imprisonment am I. Can't be free until I die. Enough, Harper, Goldilocks said. You're not our prisoner. We're just going to keep you around for a while until we can figure out what to do. And then you'll be free to live your exciting life of watching grass grow and entertaining people against their will. The harp squinted at Goldilocks and raised a golden eyebrow. So you're the girl that Jack ran off with, eh? She said. No wonder he can't be seen in public with you. I wouldn't want to be either. The twins both made an ooh sound. Jack and Froggy had to hold Goldilocks back. A high-pitched laugh erupted from Red's mouth and she slapped the side of her leg. You know, I've been thinking of having Harp around my castle and I don't think it's going to be such a bad thing after all, she said. Entertaining people against their will. That should be my tagline. Entertaining people against their will. I love it. It's genius.
Against their will.
How do you feel about that?
I like it.
You like it? It's good? Should I just add it to my website? Sure. Entertaining people against their will. It's amazing. The evening at sundown fired up the Granny's flames, and they steered the ship northeast. Their next stop would be the ruins of an old abandoned castle for the Evil Queen's magic mirror. Alex and Connor slept most of the way. The journey up and down the beanstalk had taken a toll on them, and they were so tired that they slept through most of Red's sleep-talking and the harp's self-pitying songs. The twins woke just before sunrise the next day and made their way to the upper deck. Red was already there when they arrived. She was cradling Claudius again, and the young wolf slept soundly in her arms. Reunited? Connor asked, and she nodded happily. I had a nice long thing to myself, Red explained. If it weren't for Claudius, a giant man-eating cat would be wreaking havoc on my kingdom right now. He's not a killer after all. On the contrary, he's a savior. Yeah, Shira, we definitely need to talk. This is just an aside real quick. Shira, did you see my Patreon thing yesterday? I want to have a level for our inside joke stickers. So we need to combine forces on that, and we can obviously divide and conquer and make that happen. So the fact that he's a wolf doesn't bother you anymore? Alex asked. She didn't speak Red fluently yet. No, not at all, Red said. What kind of mother would I be if I let something as simple as a species get in the way of love? I'm courting a giant frog after all. I'll just raise Claudius to be a loving and compassionate animal. If a wolf has never been capable of possessing such qualities before, then Claudius will be the first. But if he tries to eat me, Mama's getting a new coat. They appeased her with a fake agreeing smile and then left her with her new pet. The twins went to the front of the ship and looked at the ground below, horrified at what they saw. The entire eastern kingdom had been devoured by thorn bushes and vines. The plants wrapped around every building below. Even though they have been told about it countless times, Alex and Connor could never have imagined what they were seeing. It's just like the fox said in Dwarf Forest, Alex said. The entire kingdom is covered. I don't think I realized how powerful the enchantress was until now, Connor said with a gulp. Seeing this really raises the stakes, doesn't it? I hadn't watched yet, but yes, we'll talk, and I'd love to make some. Yeah, go watch it after this, and we can talk. The thorn bushes and vines began to thin out the farther east, farther northeast the Granny traveled. The overgrown terrain was replaced with the dry, deserted land the region was known for, and some of the ruins of the old abandoned castle could be seen in the distance. What had once been an imposing structure was a massive pile of stone and bricks and pieces of wood now. Jack, Goldilocks, Froggy, and Red joined the twins at the front of the ship and shivered. It was like seeing the remains of a large monster that they had killed, but instead of a carcass, they felt as if they were nearing its sleeping body. Something about the castle seemed very much alive. The Granny landed beside the moat. Yeah, go ahead. No, you're fine. We're gonna blend for a second. Let me blend it. What's a standard rule? Did I miss something? I missed something. Blender party. Hey, oh, hey.
Do it one more time.
That's okay. I love Sasha dancing. I don't know why. It's the worst. Pretty much the worst. Yeah. The Granny landed gently beside a moat. How much of the mirror do we need to gather? Connor asked the others. Do we need just like a piece of it or the whole thing? It's going to take a while to retrieve every piece if that's the case, Alex said. Goldilocks removed the wand from under her cot where she had stashed it for safekeeping. Yeah, we'll take the wand with us, she said. The 6 travelers headed out of the Granny towards the destroyed castle. The enchantress lived here once, Alex said. You don't think there's any part of her lingering, do you? Connor took a look around at the dead land surrounding them. I don't think there's any life lingering around here whatsoever, Connor said. We're all just spooked because of what happened here a year ago. There isn't anything in that dump except a bunch of broken castle junk. One by one, Froggy helped the others cross the moat. Once they were on the other side, they came to a halt and stared at the rubble in dismay. How do we get in? Connor asked. No one had an answer. There didn't appear to be a practical way of getting inside the ruins. They circled the rubble for a few minutes, looking. Over here, Red called out. I found a way in. The others ran over to her, and she pointed at a small opening between 2 stone blocks that led deeper into the debris. Froggy attempted to crawl through it. We won't fit, he said. It's too narrow. The twins will, Goldilocks said. You want us to go in alone? Alex asked. How long have you been back from your trip? We've been back since the night of the 30th. Yeah, he's gonna blend real quick. Yeah, hey Will, how are you? We haven't seen you in a while. I got caught interpretive dancing. It's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened. You want us to go in there alone? Alex asked. It may be the only way, Jack said, looking around the rubble. I don't really see another option. Oh, okay. We'll be thinking of Miles. I've missed you all. I'm bad at catching lives. I know, Will. The schedule's been a little bit wonky since we got back, but we'll get back on track, I promise. The twins shared an anxious look. Goldilocks placed her hand on their shoulders. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you two, she said. You said it yourself. There's nothing in there to be worried about. Just go inside and try to collect as much of the magic mirror as possible, and we'll be right outside. Take this with you. Goldilocks handed Connor the wand, and he let it hang from the belt loop of his jeans. We're all counting on you, Red said, and then she received dirty looks from the others. I mean, you can do it. Be careful, children, Froggy said. Try not to move anything while you're in there. The stones have settled, but you don't want them caving in any more than they already have. Froggy seemed so concerned that the twins didn't even mind being referred to as children. Alex and Connor stepped up to the opening and gently squeezed through the stones, scraping their sides as they went. Inside, it was like an obstacle course made of debris. The twins carefully climbed over and under through the broken pieces of wood and stone. Everywhere they looked was a broken piece of the castle that was triggering a not-so-happy memory of their last visit. A wooden beam, a cell door, a stair railing, an occasionally smashed chair or table. They climbed farther into the endless wreckage and soon entered a large clearing. They assumed that they had reached what used to be the castle's great hall, the place that they had seen the magic mirror shatter. Alex, this whole place is covered in glass, Connor said. How do we even know which pieces came from what glass? Everywhere they looked, they saw shards of glass. It was scattered across the ground and all over the mounds of rubble around them. Some fragments were bigger than others, and the twins could see the reflections in them. But it was impossible to determine which parts were the magic mirror and which were the windows or something else. Look, Alex said and picked up a small piece. It's a piece of the mirror of truth. She happily stared into a small piece and saw the reflection she could see of herself change. The Alex in the reflection wore a long golden gown and had a pair of enormous sparkly wings on her back. Let me see that, Connor said and took a piece of the glass in his sister's hand. His reflection changed also. The Connor in the reflection was also wearing a gold suit and had a giant pair of shimmering wings behind him. Mmm.
Pretty good.
Delicious. Connor stuck his tongue out. Gross. Put that thing away. Alex tucked the piece into her pocket safely. She figured that she might need a reminder of who she really was in the days to come. So how are we going to sort through all of this? Alex asked. Connor pulled the wand out of his belt loop and he held it into the air, and a series of small scraping sounds came from around the wreckage. Little by little, pieces of glass inched closer to the wand, pulled magnetically by a magical force. I think I have an idea, Connor said. He placed the wand at the center of the ground and quickly pulled Alex behind a large piece of wood. They watched as tiny bits of glass flew from all over the debris and attached themselves to the wand until it looked as if it were covered in silver sequins. Amazing, Connor said, and he went to pick up the wand. It almost looks futuristic, doesn't it? Suddenly, the twins were both hit with an unsettling feeling. They both felt it at the same time and each turned to each other knowing that it was mutual. Connor, do you feel that? Alex asked. Yeah. What's going on? He said. I feel like someone's watching us, Alex said. Connor looked around the rubble. How could anything but us be in here? He asked. Something began moving around and through the piles of rubble. They kept catching it in their peripheral vision, but it would disappear before they could get a proper look. Connor, look in the glass, Alex panted. Gracefully gliding around them in the larger pieces of glass among the debris was a reflection of a young woman. She was pretty and wore a long white gown and had long raven hair. The reflection playfully circled them, giggling to herself as it did so. Alex and Connor felt like they were in a reverse aquarium and that they were the ones on display. Hello, the reflection said and smiled. The woman's voice was smooth and inviting, and it echoed from each piece of glass as she moved through it. Who are you? There was something incredibly familiar about her. The twins were positive that they had seen her before. Well, I'm Alex, and this is my brother Connor, Alex said and took a step closer to her. The reflection shot across to the other side and appeared in a glass behind the twins. Such funny names, the reflection said. Have you seen Mira? Connor grabbed Alex's arm. Oh my God, Alex, he's always hiding from me, the reflection said and twirled around in the pieces of the mirror. Mira! Oh, Mira! Where are you? It settled in a large shard of glass and Alex stepped closer to it. Evely, is that you? She asked the reflection. It instantly looked up at her at the sound of the name. How do you know my name? Evely asked with a curious smile. Have we met before? As soon as she asked, her curious expression faded and she began to recognize them as well. Yes, we have, Connor said. Last year, in this castle. Alex looked around at the castle remains and a horrible thought came to her. You've been trapped in the mirror for this entire time, haven't you? Alex asked her. Have you seen Mira? Evely asked as if she hadn't heard Alex. I can't find him anywhere. Alex felt her heart drop into the pit of her stomach. She's been trapped, and it's starting to affect her just like it affected Mira, she whispered to her brother. Mira, where are you? Evely said musically, floating through the glass around the room. Mira's dead, Evely, Alex said. Don't you remember? You tried freeing him with the wishing spell, but it was too late. Evely looked to Alex and just stared at her as if she was deciding whether or not to believe it. She began circling them more frantically. Mira, this isn't funny anymore. Please come out now, Evely asked, and her voice was growing more desperate by the second. Where are you? It was hard for the twins to watch. Evely wasn't just in denial. She was cursed. Evely, do you remember anything that happened to you? Alex asked her. Do you remember the magic mirror? Do you remember Snow White? Do you remember being the evil queen? Evely's eyes grew, and she gasped at the sound of her sobriquet. Evely stuttered. Her reflection gradually aged and transformed into that of the evil queen that the twins had known. As the memory of who she was and what she had done resurfaced in her mind, I remember, the evil queen said, and her eyes filled with tears. I remember everything. Oh no. What have I done? How did I get here? We tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen to us, Connor said. The mirror fell on top of you and you vanished. There was nothing that we could do. Tears rolled down the evil queen's face, and her mind filled with more memories of her heartless life. I was such a monster, she sobbed. The evil queen collapsed with grief, and her reflection appeared in the pieces of glass near the ground. I poisoned my own daughter. I harmed innocent people. I kidnapped children. Alex kneeled down to her. She wished that she could reach through the glass to console her. But it wasn't your fault, she said. You had your heart cut out and turned into stone. Remember, you didn't know what you were doing. The evil queen nodded. I was in so much pain. I didn't know what else to do, she said. Pain will drive you mad if it's strong enough. It'll change you into something you're not. It'll turn you evil. We know, Alex said, but that's all in the past now. You must forgive me, children, the evil queen begged. Forgiveness is what we all need to forget the past, even if we don't deserve to. Alex and Connor nodded, willing to do anything that they could to give her consolation. Of course, Alex said. We forgive you. The evil queen smiled at them through the tears of shame. Thank you, she said. I'm afraid I'll never forgive myself, though. I spent my entire life trying to free him from this prison, and now I'm doomed to spend eternity in here without him. I can't think of a worse punishment. Well, we could try to free you if you'd like, Connor said. We're building a wand, a powerful wand. Maybe we could use it to get you out of there. The evil queen dried her tears and shook her head. No, let me be, she said. I deserve this fate. I deserve to be inside here. Her head tilted and she stared at the twins as if someone was whispering something about them into her ear. You're on a quest, aren't you? She said. Yes, how did you know? Alex asked. I can see many things from inside here, she explained. I can reflect on the world in ways that I never could before. I see a large ship waiting outside these castle ruins. I see a kingdom imprisoned by plants. I see a whole world in fear. I see Esmia. The evil queen shuddered through her former mistress. But how can this be? I thought she was dead. You didn't kill her like you thought, Alex said, sorry to break the news to her. And now she's back and she's taken over the world, Connor said. The evil queen covered her mouth. Oh no, I made the poison as strong as possible. It killed the life outside the castle for miles, but it wasn't strong enough, evidently. Connor kneeled down next to his sister. We're trying to stop her. We need to know what her most prized possession was in order to do so. Would you happen to know what that might be? The reflection thought on it. Esmia's most prized possession was always herself, and I don't need magic insight to tell you that. Oh boy, Connor said. That's going to be difficult to retrieve. The evil queen grew still as another troubling realization came to her. Someone's following you. In here? Connor asked. No. Across the land as you travel. Who? The enchantress? Alex asked. The evil queen looked off into the distance as if she was trying to see something far away. No. It's neither a person nor a thing, but an entity. A ghost, Connor said. We've been wondering what her deal is. Can you tell us who she is? They call her the Lady of the East. The twins were stunned to learn the ghost's name. They tried to remember if they had ever heard of the Lady of the East before.
The east, Connor said. Every time I've seen her, she's always pointing to the east. That's what she was pointing at through my window in Red's castle. And that's the direction she pointed at when we were on the ship. You must leave now, the Evil Queen told them. The Enchantress grows stronger as we speak. She plans on attacking again very soon. You must hurry if you want to defeat her before it's too late. But, Alex started, and the Evil Queen's reflection turned away from them. I'm afraid I can't help you anymore, children, the Evil Queen said. I feel myself fading away more and more as every second passes. Wait, please, you have to tell us more. Who's the Lady of the East and why is she following us? Alex pleaded. Where is Esmea going to attack next? Connor asked. But the Evil Queen ignored them. Hello? Can you hear us? The Evil Queen turned to them, but her reflection had morphed back into that of the happy and smiling Evely. Have either of you seen Mira? Evely asked with a laugh. I can't find him anywhere. Alex and Connor sighed hopelessly. They knew that they had gotten as much information out of the reflection as possible. They didn't want to leave Evely there, but they knew it wouldn't be long before the curse of the magic mirror took over her soul completely, just as it had Mira's. Goodbye, Evely, Alex said sadly. The twins headed out of the castle ruins as Evely continued her never-ending search for her long-lost love. Mira! Oh, Mira! Where have you gone? Sad. Big sad. Hi, are you making slime today on live? I'm not making slime today on live, but I might do an unboxing on live today. I might do an unboxing on live today that shows like supplies that I got for Roll for Slimes. I might do that like in the afternoon. What a wonderful way to end. I know, it's so sad. If any of you haven't gone to my recent posts, there's questions in a lot of them. So it would be great to, yeah, I love unboxings too. Cliffhanger and unboxings. Yes, definitely. So definitely check out my posts from yesterday if any of you missed any of them, especially you, Shira, because we need to talk about that. I'll be working on Patreon stuff more today to get that kind of like nailed this week. But I need to talk to Shira before I can really finalize it. And what else? I am going to put up, this doesn't really apply to you guys so much because you guys are book clubbers, but I'm probably going to put up a few Roll for Slimes for sale either tonight or tomorrow and do them Thursday night on live. So that's a thing as well. Yes, text me, Shira. I'll see you later. I'll see you guys later.